Make sure the wires are connected to DC and the voltage is around 12. 12 gives you the biggest, brightest light. The idea is you want to keep it 12 volts for all the other experiments. So when you add more bulbs, make sure the voltage still remains at 12. Connect the multimeter in series so the current flows through it, and make sure you set your dial in 10 amps. Notice that it is 0.47 amps flowing through this bulb. Connect the voltmeter in parallel with the light bulb. Notice that I have changed the settings so that it is in volts DC, and record these voltage and the current into your lab book. Connect another bulb parallel to the previous bulb. Then look at your ammeter reading and write that ammeter reading into your lab book in I total. So that's the total current through the whole circuit. At the moment your circuit looks like this. You can also redraw the circuit. Note that this socket and this circuit is the same. So what's happening is the current is coming through and splitting and going through that bulb, coming back, and another split that goes through there. And it is equivalent to this circuit where current is coming through, splitting into this bulb and this bulb, then it's coming all the way through, all the way around. Now we want to measure the current through this bulb and this bulb, this bulb and this bulb. Note I have added 2 extra wires and there's a connection here too. So the current is flowing through the ammeter, then through to the first bulb and around. Also there's another path of the current that's flowing through all the way through this bulb and across. So you need to write down the value that you see on here into your lab book for I1. So for the current through the second bulb, you will need to add an ammeter here, and the current will flow through the ammeter across. The current is coming in and it's flowing through this bulb as well as this bulb. And this number here will be your I2. Now you need to measure the voltage across this point and this point. So you plug in your voltmeter, make sure you change the setting, and this is set at around 10 volts DC, and record this as your V1. Now measure the voltage across your second bulb. Note that this is connected in parallel to the second bulb. Then record this value that you see into V2. To measure V total, you could measure between these two, because measuring voltage between these two is pretty equivalent to measuring between these two. For this example, I actually connected these two terminals straight into the voltmeter, and that reading is your V total. Ideally, if you have a really perfect, really good voltmeter, the voltage across these 2 points and these 2 points will be the same. But sometimes it's not. It's got to do with how good your wires are and also how good your ammeter is. But the values should come out fairly close.